Mario is a Super Mario ROM hack creepypasta by SMWCentral. Username Adam. Note: this is a true story and sums up what was going on through my mind as I was playing this. I had no idea I was about to get bullshitted the way I was when I played this, and I could say it was the far creepiest hack I've ever played. If you were ICR, you would have heard me talk about it as well. But anyways, it's a late night, a lot of time, I get sleep, so this is what I'm out for. So it all happened on tonight of all nights. Bored, obviously contemplating what I thought I could do to waste time as I tried with people with the Super Mario World Central. We had good times, shared a few laughs together. Out of the boredom, decided to patrol the hacks waiting to be moderated section. It seems that we quite had a bit, very free if I recall correctly. The first few hacks I saw when I saw them out by date were pretty couple bad ones with bad screenshots to boot. Naturally show these hacks to the Centralies currently on Central. We were laughing how bad some of these were, but then I got a hack just called Mario, just that. Nothing more, nothing less. The description seemed quite odd, as if some Japanese hacker was trying to translate the original plot of Mario World into English, failing horribly. I showed it to Kieran, started laughing at the description. It reads as follows: as you play as the role of Super Mario Plumber, verify that you are the beautiful, purring store-through again. Bowser kidnapped the evil king. It's your job to save her. This hack includes 6 levels of very long. I simply dismissed as someone trying to act Japanese and release a crappy hack with some edits or so. But what I thought this was at first. Curiosity got the best of me, so I decided to download the hack, not knowing what I was in for. Since the single screenshot of the hack was just titled with nothing but the blurs Mario from the world's title screen, I thought it was a little odd how there was no dates or anything either, as hackers usually place their dates on the titles to mark when the project was started. So I noted the hack was created by 2 files, one called 300714, a simple text file is 27 kilobytes in size, and the IPS file simply made Mario. For odd reason, I wanted to see what the author of the hack had to say, so I opened the hack on a notebook. There was nothing but indistinguishable symbols and letters, and punctuation. Sort of like how you open a ROM in text editor like a notepad. Seems like the author just completely copied the ROM into text form, though it could be wrong. Taking a closer look at the top of the text file, mixed in the gibberish, I found the only thing that looked English here. Here is the piece I found. YOYO GFAIH YP with the English text, find me, repeated 3 times. To be honest, I didn't know what to make this. I thought simply wasted my time by making me find some text in gibberish file that I wanted to bet no one would ever make sense of. I decided that because my interest was going so steadily, I would start looking through my horribly disorganized download file for a copy of a clean ROM which I downloaded a great deal of time before the events of tonight unfold. And an IPS patch, of course. My job for this was Lunar IPS. So I then proceeded to move the ROM and IPS patch to follow the hack, patch the ROM, not knowing what to expect next. I quickly hurried to drag the SNES spot and played what I thought was a terrible form of ROM image. I noticed on the boot up the author had taken the time to change the head of the hack. Instead of the usual Super Mario World you normally see when boot up the SNES, it just had the letters Mario. There again. At this point I gained a little hope, because normally people who do half-ass edits to ROMs don't change ahead of the title. I thought I was wasting my time with it. I moved right up a little bit, seeing the author actually added detail. So the title screen loaded exactly how Super Mario World looks exactly, it's just Mario's in the title. Like I mentioned earlier, something else had gotten my interest more so than the usual absence of layer-free tiles on the title screen. Mario's normal bright coloured happy palette seemed, how can I put it, dull. What we were looking more grey than blue. I thought this was strange, and wonder why he decided to give the sense the palette was slightly bad, but the hack was empty, like something had happened. Upon pressing star and selecting a new file, like a lot of other countless hacks I've played, there's some sort of titles intro that's basically described the intended point and the plot of the short paragraph just small enough to fit a tiny black box. If we go reading, for the most part, the message stays the same. There's only one key factor that made it written. Apparently the antagonist of this hack wasn't Bowser at all. It was Mario. The message reads as follows. Welcome. This is Dinosaur Land. This strange land we find that Princess Toadstool is missing again. It looks like Mario is at it again. What the? This wasn't the original message from Super Mario World. I thought to myself, normally I won't think anything from this, seeing as how over my nearly 2 years at the Super Mario World Central, I've played countless hacks. I've never seen an different intro messages. But this one stuck out. At this point I definitely knew there was something odd about the hack. Upon letting the intro play, I pressed start on the controller. Rolling it overall, began my journey to the unknown hack. Upon entering the overworld, everything seemed normal. Same old level paths, same old music, but the levels' names were different. Instead of Yoshi's house like it should be, like I played in other Mario hacks, it's now just simple Yoshi's. The house part was gone. I thought this was strange. I began to lose hope in the hack because I thought it seemed like nothing's changed, just names. But I was hoping to see something new. Now looking at me, I got my wish. As you see from when you read on, I decided to enter the level out of curiosity. When I entered the whole house, the whole house that normally was there was gone. No more smoke, no more fire, no more little birdies, no more treehouse. All that's left was a message box. I decided here upon message I expected to be there with a place what seemed like binary. Apparently translated just says no bed. At this point, I was on the ICR telling you how the hack was starting to wear me out, which itself yielded some sarcastic response, but hey, I expected it. Anyway, this is my interest level in the hack skyrocketed, and along with paranoia, oh boy, I was in some surprise. So decided to head left upon reaching what was known as Yoshi's Island Level 1, was now labelled Never Come Back. Now I thought things would do casually Death's Trap because generally that's what happens when people name a level in Kazooie hacks to make sure players doesn't go over there. To my surprise, it actually wasn't quite that way, though I was shook then. Upon entering level 5, I was greeted to the insanely loud car clown song that Bowser's flying vehicle makes at the end. Of course, with my headphones being moderately high, the sound scared the living shit out of me, which would have happened if I had been so nervous beforehand. I decided at this time it would be best if I turned the volume of headphones down. That's not to get my blind spice on that one. When I entered the level, other than the music, everything seemed the same, except from the fact that Koopas that slide on ledges weren't anymore, nor was there Banzai Bill. Coin was still there. However, for some reason I wasn't able to collect it, or rather any other dragon coins. The author made certain of that. I also noticed those brown used blocks near the spot where Banzai Bill normally shows up. I can assume this was a revisit level after I've been in like I heard in some half-assed creepy stories on the other Mario games. Now wondering why things like this made me wonder about the interest message. Had Mario done something to Dinosaur Island? Was this Bowser's point of view? I quickly dismissed the latter option because it seemed kind of stupid. So let me thinking, that Mario at one point in the author's story did something, but what? What did Mario do? My mind was nothing but rushing through at this point. However, I quickly dismissed them and ventured further into level, only to find out all the blocks had basically been hit. The coins had been collected. Save dragon coins, they were still there but unattainable. There's no enemies that could not get down on pipes. What kind of bullshit was I was playing? I kept thinking to myself. At this point I felt uncomfortable. Decided to defeat venture and eventually I came across a message, which I wasn't surprised was still in level. Being the idiot I am, when I hit the box and put in it, I was greeted with a familiar black box again. The message was obviously. As I figured, this was a good given at this point. It reads as follows: point of advice, I hate you. Now, I thought things were starting to get the vibe that the author was twisted and warped individual. That I was right about Mario have done something. At this point I was basically rushing to get at the end of the level, so I just scurried by when I came across a message box. How this one was just a blank point of the device at the top, nothing else. I discarded it, headed further into right, hoping to free myself a lot that once level 105. Upon reaching the end, I saw a firefly top block where the fourth way blocks interaction used to be. However, it was too high for me to reach by any normal means, so I continued to just continue onward, like the blind curiosity that I was, and I would do. So I beat the level, as usual. The path to the yellow Switch Palace was unlocked, so I head up the path that normally leads to Switch Palace. When I found out that when I entered the main overworld, every other landmass decoration besides the ghosts from Ghost House and Yoshi Island itself were gone. Nothing really changed at the Yellow Switch Palace except for the Switch message. All that was changed was Switch message to Mario World. Boring. Anyways, just when I thought I was done with this abomination that calls itself a hack, I found that Yoshi's Island 2 has been edited. Oh joy, I thought to myself. Upon reaching Yoshi's Island 2, I found out it's been named to Yoshi's House, original name level 404. I decided to enter it and found the palettes of the level had been changed along with the background. They seem to have changed to the same palette as Yoshi's Island 3, you know, the greenish tan, such, except the background was pushed down for some reason. There was no like vegetation on FG was not like present. I decided to explore the level a bit and came across the Trail of Koopas that countless players have used a small shell to rack some free 1-ups with. I decided to ignore it and just go see if any more levels changed. Eventually came to the question mark that would hold Yoshi, and I decided to free him. Upon freeing him, I got this message. Hooray! Thank you for saving me. My name's Yoshi. On my way to save my friends, Mario trapped me in that egg. This had to be wondering, what kind of a sick twisted hack was I playing? I thought all the possible scenarios attacking Mario, attacking Dinosaur Land horribly, causing irreversible damage. The author hooked me with this sick game. Like any other idiot, I took the bait and kept going back for more. Something not far off from Yoshi's question mark block, I found the message box in the same place that I remember it's always been. Though, if I learned from anything from playing this, is that whatever happened, being that message was not going to be any normal to the slayers. This hesitates me to hear it, but I end up doing so, and wanted to find out more. The message I was given follows, but is there anything I could do to change your mind? What the f? I thought to myself, what the hell does this even mean? Change my mind? What could I change my mind about anyways? This was about Mario, what he did, and about people trying to convince me to stop. Was Yoshi talking me through the messages? Or was it about me? About playing the hack? Asking me if the hack was trying to talk to me through message boxes. Either way, whatever was for more backstories Mario's done, or if it's questioning my decision to go about it. So I decided to keep progressing despite the signs I should stop playing. As I progressed further, I found I was right. All the vegetation was gone. Nothing was left. It left some enemies like the chalks and moles. Even the pipes were gone. Came across another message like all the other times. Decided to hit it. Greeted with another encrypted message. The salvage way out. What the hell? Was he calling me salvage for getting playing the hack despite the warnings? Had Mario made some kind of selfish decision that only benefit him? Was Yoshi trying to still talk to me? What the hell was this guy trying to tell me? At this point I was just creeped out to the point where I was shaking a little. A mix of anticipation, fear and the fact that my room was cold last night. I closed the message box and once again proceed further. The area with the mole seemed the same, except for the fact the blocks next to the vine box was gone. along with the happy clouds and dragon coins flying and athletics too. This made me feel gloomy, to say the least, not so much frightening, as I was depressed. It's a feeling I couldn't explain well. On this point, it was basically just a big empty stretch of land to the end of the level. I proceeded quickly, wanted to get the hell out of here. I felt that I've spent enough time looking around. So it'd be Yoshi, still had it at the time, opened the next path on the other world. It was 2 change. What was once Yoshi Island 3, now it's Yoshi Island 7. Maybe these are super body road filled blood in my mind. How the levels would take leaps in order, which seemed ridiculous. By this time I didn't quite find it humorous, due to the common sense and obvious reasons explained earlier I entered levels I entered. I was welcomed by a solid black background and a blue-grey coloured floor. The place seemed frozen, lifeless. There's nothing in the level, just the save goal. Just a clear stretch of land, nothing. I've clearly lost interest and just completed it. This seemed the creepiest level. As you read on, it just gets worse. Now, the new level opened up. Yoshi's Island 4 was now just leave. Now, I was hesitant whenever I stopped playing. At this point, Super Mario World Central was nothing but me posting finding messages on the hack, so if others could experience what I'm experiencing. The channel was sadly unusually inactive, so no one cared, no one was around, felt alone. I entered the level. For the most part, everything seemed the same, save for the fact that there's now no water to stop me from falling at the pits without using Yoshi as a sacrifice. The level was void as well. Whenever I get to an area that seemed to far, I just found a way to walk across the air, thus getting rid of the need to use Yoshi as a sacrifice. It's apparent that the hack wanted me to keep him. I couldn't tell as much. I was able to get the pipers as usually as the exit, went in, and found the room that was the same. Everything in the right place, nothing edited. The message box once again broke the mood for a moment. I had, again, a point with the pipe. You get if you cut at the end, if you collect you can. That's one last question whether I should keep going on, see how it ends. I had a bit of common sense. The message was just random, and I just couldn't make sense of it. I just gave up and beat the level. I figured the box wasn't much worth the time. With the level beaten, path to Iggy's Castle 1 has been changed to number 1 to go back. I sure did feel welcome here. I decided to completely ignore the level's name, so I could get this over with and do it forever, which seemed like what seemed like a castle, which was creepy. Given the fact that I had to dismount Yoshi, I felt for the first time that I was abandoning him. I wish I had taken him with me. The inside of the castle looked strange. There was dark blue lava on the ceiling, and there was gold points that looked like pillars. So from that, next to each pillar was a increasing amount of message boxes next to each pillar further I got. The room was just a giant hallway. No enemies, anything I saw, just every message box I saw. I pressed either blank box, just Yoshi's signature at the bottom with the message reads, "Don't you think you caused enough trouble?" Another message. I thought, I'm not surprised. Again, my thoughts in my head started circling and wonder what Mario did, why he was here, why anything seemed to hate him, wanted him gone. I was feeling more depressed from this. I proceeded down the long hallway, checking message box back and forward. They looked telling me to stop playing or just leave. I eventually reached the end of the hallway. There's a door, which I entered. I was welcomed nothing but a small section of land, and the all levels also gone. So I figured this was the end. The other wanted me to jump in the pit and commit suicide. Thus ended my journey. I was wrong though. The scroll just pushed me on the ledge and I was just on flowing platforms. Nothing there. Nothing but invincible land. Prepare for the worst. I took a deep breath and I entered the giant red door. Nothing but Iggy. Felt cheered. Though I'm happy to think it's finally over. Defeated Iggy with 2 jumps, effortlessly, which was actually the quickest I've been before. After he found another, the ghost clear message wasn't. It ended. I thought I brought to the rescue scene, though instead of the normal message you always get, it was something more disturbing. The profile for the scene and crime as follows. Victim 1. Eyeballs' eyes were able to be found. The victim was found lying on a carpet. The causes of death were unknown. Hand marks with unidentifiable fingerprints were found over the corpse. What the fuck's wrong with this guy? The said I was reading the message. I mean, it's a hack. Who the hell was this victim? Why were eyeballs gone? Just who could have made those fingerprints on the body? Was this Mario's doing? This is what I mean. Was the girl toadstool? Didn't be able to read the message, then proceed onwards. After I was wondering what happens next. Since the main map was gone, there was no trace of it. To my surprise, it still showed a path mark for donut planes. The event tiles are still there. It was just still called donut planes. So we're finally down once more. But entered the level, like I could see in the other times, I was also gone. Upon message entering, I saw 2 message boxes and it said the following. There's no way out of this. Fly away. I find it weird. They're contradicting each other. One was telling me there's no way out, and either telling me that there is. What was telling me I could either rise up or go to heaven, or stay in hell forever? Waiting to bed. Did I need a cable to proceed? And what happens after this? Is the whole game gonna be like this? I began to make more thoughts in the head as I'd walked to the right, but I found I was stuck in the area. I was into the wall and thought it was a dead end. When I landed, I tried to move to the right to see if there's anyone to go in. All of a sudden I heard a pipe noise. I was quickly making a pipe animation, except there's no pipe, so it looked kinda weird. I was taken to a black background stove full of ground, a small door. I was immediately given a message to prevent me from entering it, so I proceeded for everything else in the level. I found the room was nothing but a long stretch of concrete blocks, doors that were too small for me to enter because of the mushroom I got. It's obviously offered didn't want me to go for any of them. I wouldn't have gotten a mushroom in the first place. As I proceeded, I found a dead end at the end, since there was nothing left for me to look at. I tried to go right again and it worked. I went through the black wall, added like a pipe. I did a pipe animation and it looked like I was going into darkness. I was taken to a small room. I was seeing like a pit and a wall. Drilled that pit thing has nothing option though. I found the pit was solid. I tried to press down in a bunch of areas till I came across the pipe in the middle. Did Mario do any animation? I expected in another area, but nothing. This was just a video game adaptation of a death. A crash, Mario died. Then it ended. After playing, I think I said what was happening. I believe Mario was atoning for his actions. Plummets out, which seemed exactly like Yoshi's Island, where he was lost the grip to death forever. I was done playing. Quite relieved that it's over. Active on the RC seemed to be back up again, a clear shaded hill west of my tails on SMWCentral. I took this advantage of it. If you're feeling down enough, you can too witness the tale firsthand. Remember guys, it's only a hack. It can't hurt you, can it? The aftermath. The hack, being the first of its kind to hit the Super Mario Central, gained a lot of traction. Even the site's founder and administrator Kieran Maynor immediately recognized the text file that Anna mistook for the CD-ROM image converted to text file JPEG due to its header. He tried manually converting it back to EU. The results were barely visible except the recognizable part was a tiny top. He then searched Google for images with a 3 times resolution, 327 by 227, and the second result struck him as relevant. You can find his post on the forums. This only displays a broken image now. The hack novelty wore off, however, it was removed from the hack database after being accepted for being its first kind, a creepypasta hack. And the picture shows this.